This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Hello everyone, and here we are back after a long time on YouTube, and we are gonna make some content here. So in this particular video we are gonna be having a 15-day or 15 sessions of free bug bounty training I'm gonna be providing over WhatsApp. If you want to join ongoing, you guys can take a look at the link in the description. We are also gonna be providing recordings over the YouTube. So here in this video I have the recording of day 1 and 2, and today we will be doing the day 3. So also that video will be uploaded very soon. So but before going to the video, we are having announcements here. We are having 4 major trainings as we expanded our trainings from bug bounty to other fields. So the first one, the usual one, that be batch 28th of bug bounty or the master batch B3, a complete bug bounty training from complete hands-on live training to functional exploitation. From basic to advanced, everything will be covered in that one, so you guys can definitely have a look on that one. We are having some specific discounts ongoing, so make sure you claim that. So another one is Android bug bounty training. In that particular one, we'll be taking a look at the Android bug bounty hunting or APK bug bounty hunting. And in this particular one, you guys can have a complete look on the syllabus, also mentioned in the description. And apart from that, this is a live course which has been recorded, so it will be the same as live hunting. So you guys can definitely go and check the recordings out. Also, we got the Web3 trainings and smart contract from basics to development to security testing to automating things. Everything will be covered at one-stop solution. And for the information, we have a few sponsorships, so we'll be giving that training for only 2000 INR instead of 15,000 INR. And the last one we have is source code review. You guys can definitely get the whole trainings with all their notes. All the recordings will be there. So Android and source code will be into the recorded format, and Web3 and Web2 will be the live hunting. So make sure to check out all the things in the description. And now let's get into the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the first day of free bug bounty 15-day training from the Cyberboy. And today we are gonna be starting with multiple things, the multiple small things to notice. You already received instructions for those who are joining live day to day. And now I'm gonna be starting with what we are gonna be learning in this particular sessions on this particular 15 days. We'll be learning about a bit of basics, and then jumping onto the tools and the Burp Suite, and including a few more GitHub tools. And then we will be jumping onto the other topics, including multiple bugs and all these things. So you have already seen the syllabus. It was already posted onto the LinkedIn. And now here we are on the first session. So let's start. First of all, who am I? So I'm Vadik Pandya, cybersecurity researcher, bug hunter, and also CEO and founder at the Cyberboy Securities, a consulting and a training firm. As of now, I do a bit of YouTube, Twitter, and just kind of be active on these social media platforms. I do private contracts, bug bounties into web applications, Android, iOS, the client, Web3, and LLMs. A bit of LLM, not exactly a lot. I also like to be a speaker. I like to be share or deliver knowledge to the fellow youngers or the fellow peoples and gain knowledge from them too. Also sometimes being a trainer. To be honest, I have been trained from the initial journey of mine alongside the bug bounties and all. So yeah, I'm also a trainer of bug bounties and Web3. Now apart from that, you can scan this particular QR code for all the resources, and today I'm gonna be telling you about Burp Suite. Now see, initially, if I talk about Burp Suite, you guys can have this particular tool from anywhere. Like you guys can have community version or a pro version. You guys can even download pro version. It's completely up to you. It's not dependent on anything specific. But yeah, that's something you guys would like to perform or to do things with. Now, I'm expecting you guys will be having a basic knowledge of bug bounty. You guys know what is a Burp Suite. Got it? So here I'm gonna use the most basic, or I can say the crack version of it, as I have here for demonstration purposes only. A bit of things are loaded onto here. You guys can see. So initially, Burp Suite is having 2 versions. Community and professional. In community, you guys will get a bit of things missing on the plate that you guys can still use, like you might not be having Collaborator. So instead of Collaborator, you can use the interactive test such client. It depends on to you how you want to use this particular tool. Piracy is not promoted. It completely depends up to you. So this is what a usual Burp Suite will look like. For those who don't know, for those who want to start from very basic, yes, this is what a Burp Suite will look like. There are a few major tabs like dashboard, proxy, target, repeater, collaborator, sequencer, decoder, comparer, logger, intruder, organizer, extensions, learn, match and replace. I have this specifically. So yeah, this is what it might look like on the initial first glance. Now you might be taking a look at the audit section here. It's the 2024 version. You guys can have the 2025 version. It depends on to you. This is the proxy tab where we intercept every request. I'll be doing that. This is where we can see the history, WebSockets, repeater and all these things. So I'm gonna be using my Firefox and a simple web application named test.php. So in proxy, if I click on intercept, it will intercept every request. See, suppose I search hello in the search box, it is just going to intercept that thing for sure. Now see, it is going to request it is going to intercept every request here. And now it depends on me what I want to do with it. If I go to dashboard, I can see the summary audit items, event logs, logger, all these type of things. If I go to target, I can see all the available targets or all the applications that have been reached to it. If I go to repeater, if you see two empty boxes. Now I would like to start with the repeater. You can just simply right click on it and send the things into repeater. I am just using command R. So it's simple, not a big deal. You have your whole request. If you wanna play with this request, like I would like to just change the go button with hello again, or I'll just say back. How the response would it be? If you wanna live check how to play with request and response, repeater is your place. I would like to play with request, make some changes, try to see how the web application will react, and I'm gonna use the repeater. Or you can just see, I'm just gonna observe how the response will be there. That's why we usually use this repeater. Then we have the intruder. Repeater is that simple. You can have a look on few more things here like in depth. Suppose you can go at this place, change your target details. This is gonna be useful in the upcoming sessions where I'll be showing you bypasses. It is gonna be useful. Request attributes, what prototype methods we are using, what type of request attributes we are using. You guys can play with that part here. 1.1 or HTTP2. Then we have what query parameter we have in the request. Then we can simply see this one. That's our parameter. Now we have the cookies. If there are available any cookies, it will show us, or you can just manually check it out. It depends on to you for sure. Then we have the headers available in the request. So in request we have plenty of headers like host, user agent, accept language encoding, content type, origin, connections, multiple. And then we have the response headers, what headers we are having in the response. Simple as that, not a big deal, but this is gonna be very useful for you. Now we come to intruder. We have multiple attacks, you guys can see. But initially, let's suppose if I want to check 10,000 things here for any purpose, will I go to application, type something and click on go? Will I do that part to just do things or to find out the results of it? I won't do that thing, correct? So we will use at that point something called a intruder. On the intruder section, I can just select this something related to the dollar sign. It's like that. I just selected the exact endpoint. Now as you can see, we have something here like it's payload, resource pool and settings. We'll play with settings later on, but as of now I'm gonna show you how the payloads work. So now I have selected one parameter where I would like to test for 10,000 things. I'll go to payloads. I only have one parameter set. What type of payload what type of payload list I want to use. Simple, custom, character iterations, recursive group, illegal unicodes, numbers, dates, brute force, or null payload. So suppose we are trying to figure out dates from 6 June 2024 to 6 June 2026. You won't put every date, correct? That's why you can use this one. Just click on start attack. Now it will write every possible date there, see, in the format, and try to search. And then you can figure out how you want to use this particular thing. In my case, if I have to use it, I might have used it for some sort of fuzzing purposes, to find out something specific onto it. Got my point? So on the basic end, you can use it for fuzzing. Simple as that. Now on the other end, I'll clear everything. We have two things, 1000. Let's just say 1 or 2. We have two things, 1 or 2. Now I would like to figure out if I have two parameters. If I have two parameters, and I would like to have a look on both of them, but also I want to use different payload combinations for them. Then how will I do it? Like, let me show you. I'm gonna select 1 and 2 both here. I'm gonna go to payloads. In the 1 section I want A to Z, and in the second parameter I want 0 to 9. Now it will check A with 0 till Z, it will check B with 0 till Z, and it is gonna work like that. And the total payload 260. If I click on go, you guys can see A with 0, B with 0, C with 0, D with 0, to all the way other characters too. Simple to understand. Are you guys getting my point? Good. Good. I'm trying to explain the easiest possible way. So yeah. Then you have payload processing. You can add rules. You can add specific type of rule like add, match, and replace. If you find not found, replace that not found in the request with found result. Now it will just look for every not found in the request and replace it with found result. You can create that type of match and replace things. You can enable or disable encodings of the characters. It depends on you. Then you have resource pool, right? Like in which type of resources you would like to use the intruder to run on. I can go or just create new resource pool. I'll just call it test 101. Maximum request 1 and 120. Delay between requests 10 milliseconds. And yep, start attack. It is way faster than that. It depends on what's the internet connection, what's the system configuration, and what type of response that particular site will be handling. It depends on to these multiple settings. And your customer setting for all your Intruder tab. This would be better if you guys explore. Now you guys understood repeater and intruder. Is that clear by now? Is that clear by now? Yes or no? I'm taking a look at chat. Great. Now let's move to the third part where we are having the collaborator. This will look like it. Now suppose there is any application which says that okay, put your what's the logic of asking this question, Mr. Dhanjay? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so into collaborator, it's simple. Suppose you have a web application where it is asking me to provide a URL where it can try to fetch or make a request to that particular URL to grab some, let's say, just a minute, here we are. Let's say this particular application says that okay, paste a URL where we can try to fetch a image. So we just paste the URL and we'll get the image. They're telling me to paste some sort of specific URL, and then just are trying to make requests. Like in short, you are having your own URL, own server where you will having a good look upon the servers, like how you're getting requests, who's making requests over you, and all this type of things. If I give example, I'll go to the current browser, paste that link, click on enter. It will result something with this. Nothing special, but in my server, if I just click a look on poll, now you guys can see I have made few requests. Someone has made request onto this particular application. Got it? If someone is gonna make request to you, it will just show it here. If someone is making some sort of SMTP request, it will also show it there. Now it depends what type of request is getting made here. We had two type of requests, DNS and HTTP made here, so we got them. If someone is trying to make SMTP request, we'll also get that part. Got it? If I'm trying to do paste the same thing with 25 port, which is SMTP, we will get that type of request here. That someone has tried to make that specific type of request for us to move forward. Got my point? So you can use this particular collaborator for multiple purposes. When I'm going to be teaching SRF, I'll be showing it. So don't worry about that part. Now let's move to some features of scanning part. By the way, the target tab is gonna be as simple as this. Suppose I have this many URLs, but I'm only hunting on who. I'm hunting on, let's say, test PHP. I can add it to scope. Now once I add it to scope, all the other things will not be having that much of fun, digging out. And in this part, you guys can customize what you need. Adding something to target will make a big impact. If you just get to the scope part, you can see what target you are using, and then you can start to crawl it. This is a target. Okay, let's crawl it. I want a fast crawl. Let's see how it goes. If anything is working, you guys can see in the dashboard. See, there's a crawl and audit is going on. This is gonna be one of the useful things, so make sure you have a look on it. Again, we are back to proxy. Into proxy, whatever requests are getting through the Burp Suite will be captured here. All the requests that will go through it will be here. Saw that? Clear is that? It's not gonna be much of a complicated thing, but yeah. And this is gonna be really useful. And this is just search parameter. You can search something like I wanna search my own name into. You just can by the way set your specific demands. Like I only want my name into 200 part or into server error part. I'll just close it. Okay, there's no request with 200 okay or 500 responses which is having my own name or any search query. It can be equals to hacker. Okay, there's no query. Again, no query. Let's only type query. See, all these are having something called query in them. So this search is gonna be useful a lot. Remove everything, apply and close, and you will be having all the normal results. Now, few more things that you guys might want to have a look on, which is again gonna be the intruder. But before that part, I'm just gonna be go to the extension, and there are 4 blocks here. installed, BApp store, APIs and checks. We are going to be working on BApp store and installed. Now this is a kind of a app store or play store for your Burp Suite where you can download or select specific type of Burp Suite extensions that you guys would like to work with. Like suppose I have Param Miner, Burp Bounty Pro, Collaborator everywhere, Log4 Shell everywhere. This type of few installed here. For those who want a screenshot, you guys can take a screenshot. Good. So these are the few ones that I use. I'm also gonna be telling you, like download the Param Miner everywhere, Log4 Shell everywhere. This is also good. JSON vector one, yeah, it works sometimes. JS Miner, conditional match and replace, it's also gonna be a good one. Match and replace session action is a good one. NTLM, it is useful. Logger plus authorize, GraphQL Reader is also a good one. We can use few of these to have a good amount of impact for us. Also, you have a few more that you guys can use and install. And the extension settings, you guys can just add the Java environments, Python environment, Ruby environments, because that will be required. Now the Learn is the, you guys can say, kind of academy for Burp Suite where they are going to teaching you multiple things and you guys can have explorer look on it. A video tour, academy, all these things. Then we get to the automation part. There's something that I personally like to use. Suppose I'm gonna clear everything here. I'm just gonna make this the base request. This is our base request. Now I suspect that at this parameter I can find some bug, but I'm not sure. Why I think that I can find some bug here? Because I am typing the exact sentence here. I type hello here, the hello goes to the web application, and anything that I type here will be displayed on the site here. Now if I think there is some sort of bug here, what will I do? Tell me. I'll try to find manually what type of things are going on and all. Correct? Correct or not? But on the same end, I can just select it, right click and click on the third option here, insertion point, and click on OK. I'm also going to teach you how to set that up, but as of now I'm only showing you that overview here. I can click on that part, and if there's any sort of bug available on that site, it will be shown here directly. How? The Burp Suite is going to try about number of things and give us the exact, all the audits, all the checks will be posted here that okay, we have tried all this type of issues, and then we'll be getting to learn about XYZ things. Like in short, if it starts to check for XSS, it will just try to put multiple payloads, take a look if there is a reflection or not. So it is going to try to work like an automation for you to cross check if there is any bug existing or not. Overview is always a good thing. Got my point? So this is something that is going to be done by this particular part. You guys can also have a deep look onto it. I already made multiple videos about this topic, that's why I'm making this one a short one. Got it? Now if you have any questions, you guys can ask. If you are joining in the mid, then don't possibly ask for what's going on. You will be able to watch the recordings in the next 1 or 2 days. So yeah, wait for it. If you have any questions, you guys can ask. If you have any questions, turn your mic on, you guys can ask. Yes. Within a day or two, you will get recording. Tomorrow we'll be having a look on tools. Same time. Anyone has any questions, or I'll close it. Alright, let me close it and we can have our Q&A. So forgot to turn the recording on earlier, and today we're the second session of our free bug bounty trainings, and today we'll be taking a look at the tools. Alright, so initially if I talk about what tools we'll be using, we have multiple options about tools and all these things, but yeah, there are few tools, so there are many tools that I'm going to show you that you guys can install for yourself, and they are going to be helping you a lot in your journey. They are going to be a very good amount of tools that you guys have to use. So here I'm going to give you a few examples of the tools. What device you are using, that's alright, or else you guys can use them according to your preferences or OS. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna be giving you a few tools here. So first of all, by the way, you guys can have a good look onto your chat GPT, because that is something which is gonna be the most useful for you, because no matter what device you are using, you will need some sort of installation help, because not every tool is gonna be installed that easily, and yet for that reason you might need some sort of help about tools. Got it? Alright, so you might need this chat GPT for installation and all this type of purposes. Okay, so yeah, you guys can specify that I have a MacBook M1 Pro or whatever device you have, and I am installing bug bounty tools for my device, and I need help with it. So it will just give you things based upon what you have to do and all. You guys can also specify what type of issues you have faced earlier and all this type of things, so you won't be facing multiple issues. So now what you need to do is simple. You guys can specify what tools you're gonna install, and that's gonna be helping you a while. So I'm gonna be giving all the tools that will be helping. The first tool that I will saying is like Subfinder. You guys will need subdomain finding and all this type of things, so I'll say have a look at this tool Subfinder for finding out the tools and how you can use that particular chat GPT. You can simply go to chat GPT and say I would like to install Subfinder, but I'm having XYZ issue, and it will help you. Also, I'm not going to teach you every tools as of now in this video, because in the upcoming videos you will take a look at that part when we will be hunting on some programs. Okay, by the way, stick to the end of this video, you will be having a bit of surprises here. The first tool you need is the Subfinder, because it is going to be helping in the installation of or finding subdomains for any sort of domains. You can use Subfinder like simple as that, and you guys can learn about this thing. Anyway, now to find subdomain you will not rely on a single tool. That's why we also use pure DNS. Apart from subdomain finding, you also have to be worried about finding more subdomains. So Subfinder, pure DNS, just these two are gonna be our good friends here. You guys can try to install it. These two are gonna be the useful ones. The third one that you guys can use is Subdominator. This is also gonna be a very great tool for finding subdomains and doing things upon it. Alright. Now, after finding subdomains and all these things, what you also have to do? You have to cross check or just find any sort of probing tool, correct? So that's why we are gonna use HTTPX for this particular thing. That will allow you to do multiple things, running multiple probes onto it. right? Because HTTPX can be useful more than anything else. Got it? So HTTPX, yes, it's a good thing that you have to use about that. Now, apart from HTTPX and all, you can also use HTTPX or HTTP probe. It depends on you, but I'm gonna be using HTTPX because this is having few features that I like the most. Got it? Apart from HTTPX, what else will we use? You guys can also use other tools. Apart from HTTPX, you guys can also use fuzzing based tools or brute forcing tools. So you can use FFVF, one of the most famous tools that you guys can use, fast web fuzzer, written in Go. You guys know about this tool very well. I also share few videos where you will learn about fuzzing and brute forcing. So always install this one. It's gonna be a useful. Subdominator, then we have learned about HTTPX or HTTP probe. Then we need FUF. Now there are a few more things that we will need, just like Shodan CLI. We will also need the Shodan CLI. You can just install it using Python, I guess. Yeah, Python. Apart from Shodan, we will also need nmap and all this type of things. So yeah, you will have nmap in your device by default for sure. You guys can use nmap. Nmap is gonna be one of the most helping tools for you in your journey. Also, if you need fast version of it, you guys can use Nabu or Rust Scan. So I'm gonna write all of them in your group, don't worry about that. Nmap, Nabu, Rust Scan. You guys can use what's your need. I usually use nmap, I usually use Nabu better than Rust Scan, but when I'm using automation, I'll use Rust Scan instead of Nabu. So yeah, that is an important thing. Now these are the basic tools that we might use, but there are also few more. How will you find hidden directories? So for finding hidden directories, we will use Arjun, not the actor, Arjun GitHub. This tool we will use Arjun. It's a good tool that we will need for sure. So Arjun is gonna be a useful tool for us. Alright. So yeah, Arjun is gonna be an important tool that you guys can work with. Apart from Arjun, you have a few more tools that you guys have to understand. X8 GitHub. If you guys can install this tool perfectly in your Kali Linux, it is gonna be a good thing for detecting the hidden parameters and all this type of things. This tool really works really great. Now you will also need some sort of SQL things, right? So you can use SQL map or Gauri. SQL map or you guys can use any of these tools. They are going to be working very well. Okay. Now these are the basic tools that we will use at least for now on. Now you guys can have a look at few extra tools like automation. So for obviously automation, you can use Nuclei. Project Discovery. Or you can use, apart from Nuclei, if you want to use something else, then use JLS. This one is also really good. Not gonna lie, this guy works really good. JLS. Now for specific bugs, you guys will also use multiple tools. Like for CRLF injections, we will use CRLF fuzz. For CRF injections, you will use CRLF map. CRLF first. For SSTI, you guys will use TPL map. These two are gonna be your best friends if you use them properly. Simple as that. Okay. TPL map is gonna be useful. Now for automating specific bugs or specific part, or for gathering multiple URLs, you will use waybacks. So obviously, wayback URL is gonna be here. Wayback URLs. Or you guys can hack crawler for crawling the website. I usually suggest only this one, because this is gonna be my favorite one. If I talk about hack crawler is something that I would love to use, to be honest. Got it? So waybacks, hack crawler, these two are gonna be helping you a lot. Now apart from this, you will need a collection of more tools for XSS. Let's suppose we are working on XSS. So for XSS, you guys can use your own tools. It's completely up to you. I can use my own personal tools that I have. You guys can create your own tools. But yeah, XSS Strike is gonna be one of the good ones that I usually like. Or if you're looking for premium tools, then you guys can go for the paid tools also available in the market for XSS. This can be a good tool for you all. Now, apart from this thing, you guys can figure out few more tools, like not the most advanced ones, but not the most basic ones. You guys can work upon to few tools like let's suppose, let's go to my own directory and figure out what tools I have. CD terminal, target, oh no, CD terminal, tools. Yep. You guys can use open redirects for finding and detecting open redirects. Then you guys can work on to another tool named it's okay, way more. Or if you need something more advanced, you guys can use way more instead of wayback. I still prefer wayback, I don't know why, but yeah, that works fine. Now viewers, I also like to have a look at the cloud enumeration, like what cloud that particular site is using, and also you guys can use cloud enumeration. This is going to be one of the good tools that you guys would really love to use. Now there are a few more tools that I have posted in my GitHub. You guys can check my own GitHub. Wait a minute, I have to figure out where are all my tools. Alright. So you guys can have a look at the IP tool. It will just figure out all the IPs and combine them and try to find all their open ports and then try to find issues within them using automated things. Then you guys can go to hacking what. You guys can use the vt.v1. It is gonna be working for the techniques already found onto the internet using VS Tutorial. You guys can have a look on this tool. It's gonna be useful for you a lot. Apart from this, I think I have two more tools I need to check. Databug, yes, a random tool from me. It's the description of it. But particularly this tool is gonna give you a lot of deep approaches onto the leaked information or all the parameters found from GitHub or wayback URLs into a specific way where it will be creating a good number of structured resources where you guys can use it. So the name is databug vt.b1.sh, and you guys can use the IP tool. Now these are the basic amount of tools that we will be using. If I talk about very honestly in structured purposes, yes, we will be using all these tools, and based upon your requirements you guys can easily make tools. I'll also share a video about how to make your own tools easily as possible without even having a basic idea about codings and all. You guys can make that. Got it? Now in the same things you will be having a small doubt that okay, I know I can use these tools, but how am I supposed to find the resources for them? Now for subbinder you don't need one. For pure DNS you will need a DNS collection, so you guys can find it online. It's a simple one. But into FF you will be asking about what type of word list should I use, right? So I have two word list suggestions. The first one is payload of all things. It's gonna be the best word list for it. Too many data into it, great one. And then second one is payload box. You guys can also use it, by the way. I was not planning to share it, but yeah, payload box. The third one is from random Robbie. Brute force list. This is gonna be one of the best one that you guys can use. And then you guys can go to asset node. Got it? These few are gonna be the best one that you will need because they are gonna be providing you a lot of resources. Got it? Now any questions till now you guys can say. Also, I'm gonna be sharing a payload list that I have for myself that is gonna be most useful for you. Now any questions as of now? I've sent all the list of resources into your group where you guys can have a look on access them. Any questions as of now? Any tool you want me to perform? Then let me just try 4 other tools. I'll show that. By the way, let me close the recording and show the tools. That will be great for all of us.